o'clock Eastern Time. Game is on ESPN on Friday. No, it's not. That will be all the lead up, which will be here on Game Time Live. I'll be here for that. You guys off, right?
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
off.
be here. Oh, great. Well, I'll miss you. I'll call you. We'll do it on FaceTime.
Yeah, that's
in the meantime, it's time to hear from Steph Curry after the loss.
Steph Jet from the World Journal. How do you feel about the team? How do you feel about the way your team defended Lou? Was that just he get him points?
Defended Lou?
Yeah.
Not. I mean, numbers don't lie. So, no matter of our intensity or our lack of intensity to start the game, kind of came back to bite us. They had confidence all throughout the rotation early, and they fed off that in the second half. So he's obviously an X factor for them and a main catalyst in terms of momentum swings because he can get going, really quick. So just got to do a better job to start, the game on Friday, and we know we can do it.
Front row center.
Hey, Steph, Mark Medina, Bay Area News Group. What do you think was the reason for the lack of intensity?
I don't know. I mean, we understand it's a closeout game, and they're always difficult no matter who you're playing. And I think they threw the first punch in the first quarter. Everybody seemed like they had nothing to lose and were just firing it up from all over the place. And we had breakdowns of transition. Didn't box out well, so they had plenty of extra possessions, and that gives anybody confidence when you see the ball going in early in the game. So it's one of those nights that we gotta erase from our memory quick.
Tim Kawakami, Athletic. Steph, how much of this do you put on yourself? Just the urgency, the intensity, the focus as a leader of the team. Draymond was saying it's his fault for the defense. Do you feel generally that there's some responsibility on your shoulders?
For sure. I take the good with the bad. When we're playing well and winning, the light shines bright. Same thing on the opposite end. You kind of take it on the chin and keep it moving. So I know we had high hopes to end the series tonight and kind of turn the page to the next one, but this journey is gonna be a little different, and we gotta understand. I think, like you said, individually all throughout the the roster, when you have when you step foot on the floor, lay it all out there. And I understand, this is a very difficult thing to do, is to win a playoff game, and it takes 48 minutes of intense focus for sure.
Tomer Zarla from Clutch Point. Steph, after last game, Clay sort of talked about the Rockets, and Kevon touched on that today. Did you feel like you maybe overlooked this Game 5, this team?
Nah, not at all. The Clippers played well tonight, and we understood exactly. We've been in this situation plenty of times where we know how hard it is to close a series out, and at the end of the day, as bad as we played in the first half, we were up 1 with 2.5 minutes left, so we clawed our way back and gave ourselves a chance to win. They just made shots down the stretch, and you gotta, I think at the end of the day, look at yourself in the mirror and hold our team accountable for how we started the game, and gotta do a better job of that.
Steph, Tony Harvey, Sacramento Observer. You just mentioned that about the dynamics of the journey. What type of team, playoff team, is the Clippers to you? You guys have played 1-8 or 2-7 before, but this particular AC team, how would you describe them?
I mean, they have talent all over the floor. They got guys that can knock down shots, and then their bench. It's been talked about all year with what Montrez and Lou bring, and that force they bring. So night in, night out, just understanding what their strengths are, and we have to take those away the best we can. And the games that we've won, we've done that, and the games that we lost, we haven't. It's kind of, if you think about it, it's pretty straightforward. Take those two guys out the best you can, fly around, make it difficult on the other guys, and then on the offensive end, or turn that defensive intensity into offensive kind of force as well for us. And the way this game started, Again, offensive rebounds, extra possessions. There's no life in anything that we were doing, and they took advantage of it.
Monty Poole, NBC Sports Bay Area. Stephen, last year you guys came into the postseason and the defense picked right up. I think you guys finished number 1 in defense in the postseason. This year, there were some intensity issues over the course of the regular season, maybe more at home. You guys have now lost 2 or 3 at home to open the postseason. Are you surprised or shocked? I mean, how do you feel about the fact that just the way you guys are starting the postseason?
I mean, definitely surprised, not what we're used to, but there's no panic at all. We have to realize that, you know, this year is different. There's different challenges, whether it's human nature, whether it's, you know, talent of the competition we're playing, just the way the league's changed with different lineups out there. Like, everything's, you know, different. You have to adapt. So our message to each other, you know, going into Game 6 is, yeah, we'd have loved to come in and win 4 straight or close it out tonight. Doesn't change what the goal is. The goal is to win 4 games, move on to the next series, and start it all over again. And as much as we hate this feeling we have leaving the court, you know, tonight after Game 5, like, that the goal is still the same. So we're again, resiliency. We talk about that all the time. We should be there on Friday.
Fourth row, left-hand side.
Steph, obviously, Steve up the minute count of the main guys a little bit tonight. Obviously, Kevin played over 40, but you played 38, and you and Draymond again sat what 4.5 of the first in the fourth quarter. Could you up that minute count? Are you ready, prepared to go over 40, 42, 44 minutes in a monumental game here?
Definitely, if that's, you know, what we need to do. And the deeper you get in the series, you have to adjust and understand, you know, what's necessary to get that dub to close out a series. So, you know, whatever that means for Game 6 on Friday, however many minutes we need to play, we'll play, and we'll get the win and get it and keep it moving.
Last one, far right-hand side, Ron.
Ron Krejcik, San Francisco Chronicle, back here, Steph. Kevin has scored 38, 33, and 45 the last 3 games. When he has a game like that, do you see something in his eyes early? Is there anything about the way he plays that makes you feel early on he's going to have one of those games?
Not really. I mean, he's obviously been extremely aggressive to score the ball and pick and choose his spots, take advantage of certain matchups, and he's been playing amazing. So I'm trying to balance that with, you know,
All right, so there's Steph Curry, and look, Kevin Durant, and Clay kind of all had different takes on really what the whole message is. They got to play better. They got 2 days to do so. Closing kind of thought on what you expect in Game 6.
You know, I expect Golden State to come out with, you know, obviously more energy, more of a sense of urgency, unlike they had this evening. But I also expect LA to be better than they showed in games 3 and 4 in LA. I mean, I think it's going to be a good game, a close game. I'm not sure Golden State blows them out. I do think they win the game, but I think LA will come out with more confidence. They'll be more aware, and you know, it wasn't like they came back from a team that was, you know, up big and they sort of got the momentum. And next thing you know, they came back and had that great come from behind, which is, you know, remarkable in what they did in Game 2. But they kind of beat them from the start of the game, you know, all the way through.
Quick punch in the first round.
Yeah, they just kind of hit them hard and really for 48 minutes outplayed this team. And so there's confidence there, I think, on the Clippers side. But I think ultimately Golden State will lock in, be focused, and get it done.
I want to see if the Lakers stars like Jack and them show up and be, hey, good basketball, why not? What do you expect?
I expect the Golden State Warriors to come out there with the focus that they didn't have tonight. I expect that this loss tonight kind of wakes them up. You can see Klay Thompson was very agitated. You can see that Steve Kerr talked about effort and hustle, and that he was agitated. His team didn't bring the championship level intensity that they need to. So I think this loss will serve as a wake-up call, as a reminder to what they need to do and what they used to be and how they need to get back there. And I expect Golden State maybe not to win by 30, but I expect them to win by double figures. I don't think Golden State wants to take this thing to 7 games either. You don't want a 7-game series in the first round. You know we want to wrap that thing up really, really quickly. Houston's at home now waiting on the Golden State Warriors, so I think they know what's at hand. It's time to take care of business.
Well, on behalf of all the crew, we're all happy to not have the night off Friday and be here just to help all
More
of you get ready for
basketball,
that.
baby. More basketball. Hey, G, are you working on Friday?
I'll be watching Casey.
I'm not working either.
You're not working?
Hey, Casey. Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, Casey, man.
Hey, Smitty, where you at? We're gonna be under the rim, bro. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
I might go see Avengers.
You know what? You said it best.
I'm gonna go see
Not
Avengers.
everybody.
You going to see Avengers, Grant?
No.
I'm gonna go see it. Then I'm gonna go watch the game at 10. Hey, so Casey, I won't watch you the first.
That's great.
I won't watch
I
you in the
don't even
pregame
hear
show.
you,
Hey, Grant, man. Hey, we still
Somebody
on
hear
live. G Hill, we still on.
I'm just standing up, man. I can't
Grant,
stand
what are
up.
you doing?
I can't stand up. I gotta stay seated. I can't stand up.